Hello YouTubers, I'm converting this Chrome notebook, HP Chrome notebook to Linux. So right now I'm booting up from the USB. So let's see what happens now. It took me a while to get to this point, but I'll show you. Let me just share with you. So I'm right now installing Linux Mint on this computer, but I had to take it apart. I had to flash a from this website tech. Let me see if I still have it. Mr. Chromebox.tech, and I follow the procedure. Actually, I had to do several things. So the first thing was to disable. I had to disable. First, I had to convert to the developer mode in the unit itself. Then once I had that, I went into the shell, and then I typed Ctrl+Alt+T to get in, and then I typed shell, and then I put once I had so I had a message saying that the write protect was enabled, and I couldn't do that. So I had to open the computer itself and take one screw. Once this operating system is loaded, I can show you that. But let me just share with you while this is doing the Linux Mint. And so I went in and I put the command flashrom space --wp -status, and it was saying that the write protect was on. So then I didn't know what screw to remove, and once I took out the keyboard, this is the screw that you have to remove. It's a unique screw, and I'll show you exactly where that screw is. Just bear with me. This is loading up the Linux Mint right now, and so once I got to that point, I took the screw again, then I tried again. Then I did the flashrom -wp status, and then it said it was still enabled. Then I had to do the command flashrom -wp -disable, and then was disabled. And then once I did that disable, then I did again -wp. I think I turned it off the computer, power back on, and then I typed the command again. I went Ctrl+Alt+T once I log in as guest in Chrome. Then I went and I did again. I got into the cross shell. I typed shell, and then I got into the shell, and then not find client, assuming right. This. Okay, I got some errors here. SDS human drive. Okay, enter. Let's see what happens. I'm not sure what's gonna happen, if it's gonna work at all. But I did a backup just in case something goes wrong. But so once I did that, then I got to this point, and I went to Mr. Chromebox.tech, and I entered several commands that they have, and I had the BIOS utility here to boot it up, but Now it looks like it's not cooperating, this thing. So let me find out what went wrong. Not sure if it's doing something. So right now my keyboard is loose and I'm trying to boot from my USB drive, which is right here. I just flashed the Linux Mint. You saw the logo there. And oh, it looks like I see the mouse now here. So let's see if everything else boots up. And if it gets in, then we are successful, right? So let's see what happens. So let it go, let it go. All right, so it looks like we have Windows Mint now. So I don't know if you can see it, but we'll see what happened now. So now let me turn it off and show you what screw I removed and also the website. So the website, let's go back here. So let me see if I can do it here, do it like that. And that's the commands. I don't know if you can see there. So that's the commands I type. So you have that there. And now let's go back here. And so this is Windows Mint right now. And let me shut it down and show you. See the keyboard. It's kind of slow. So let me see if I do install. So I'm not sure if everything working, but I have to shut it down now. And I want to show you, let me shut it down gracefully. And what I want to share now is, I want to share it's shutting down right now. So I remove all the screws from the bottom. I had to take those plastic caps, and once I did that, then So this model of HP, the one I'm working, it's HP Chromebook 11G5EE. That's the model I'm working on. And so let's see. I'm not sure if it's booting up again. I thought I turned it off. Let me. They say please remove installation medium, then press enter. Okay. So I don't have the thumb drive, so I flash it here, mint, and then press enter. So let's see what happens. Okay, so let me share. So I have to pry the keyboard. So first of all, I put it really flat like that, and then I remove the keyboard. I didn't remove completely, I just moved forward just enough to get to the screw, and the screw was right here. Let me show you. The screw was right here, right there. That's the screw I removed, the one that I show you. And that's how I was able to disable. It's next to, this is the battery, and right here. That was the only one that looked different on this model. And once I did that, I disabled the write protect. That's the screw right there. So on this side you have the HDMI. So on the side of the HDMI, then you go here, you got the plug-in for the headset, then you got the plug-in for the headset right here. You got this wire, then that wire, and that's the screw. I don't remove the keyboard at all, it's just move over. So I use a Phillips, and I remove that screw from there. And that screw looks like this. That's the screw. That's the screw I removed from there. And that's how I disable the write protect. So now I'm going to put everything together. So I'm going to save the screw. And I'm going to put the keyboard back to normal. So I just move over. And I have to push it in its place. And I gotta put everything on it, all the screws behind it. So I'm just clicking there. There's the snapping sound. So now it's in. And as you can see, all the screws are removed. See, I removed this screw, that screw, that screw, that screw. I remove all the little caps. The caps look like that. plastic caps I removed, and then I use something small and fine to get in. And in my case, I was able to pry it with this very fine tool, like a flat. So I pried off in the front to remove the front. Right here, I started from that side. I went slowly, and just do at your own risk, you know. And so now let me power up back one more time. So this is a Chromebook, see? Chromebook, HP. The model, let's see if I can get it to focus. The model HP 11G5EE. So now let's fire up. Put the power here. And exit. Then I got this menu now. And now let's go to boot menu. Okay, escape. I put my thumb drive. And let's do reboot. And you continue. Let's do exit. Boot menu. From flash. Enter. Start Linux. I want to actually install. Let me see what that one does. Maybe I like, no, not like. It's loading up on Mint. I'm not sure if I'm gonna need the thumb drive to run all the time. I'd rather have installed in the hard drive of the Chrome. So it's booting up right now, and yeah, I make my notes here. I wrote it down exactly how I did. It took me a while to get to this point, but when I got the Chrome, it wasn't working correctly. So I went to the developer mode, which I had to press for that one was escape. So I did escape, and then to the developer mode, I went escape, this arrow, and the power. That's how I got into the developer mode, and I left it there until it tells you, you know, it tries to do something. You just leave it there, and once I got to that point, I left it, but I had the problem where, okay, so now we're gonna start. We're gonna do EE now. So I got the window here. Boot up into. So we're gonna do English. Continue. No, I'm not gonna do the wireless right now. Continue. I'm gonna get back to. I forgot to click here. Install multimedia codecs. So let me see if it allows me to get back. And it's running. Gotta give some time. I still have 3 more things to do here, so hopefully it allows me to get back. It says multimedia codecs are required to place some video formats and properly render some website. So I should put that in. Okay, let me go back. Oh, I don't want to do quick. I want to cancel that. I just want to go back. I'm going to select this. Let me see let's see if I can go back one more. Okay, continue. I'm going to do the network later. I don't have to do it now. So I do want to install this. Continue. And so it's going. So it took me about 2 hours to figure out exactly to get to that point. But what I did was, once I had my erase this and install Linux. Yes, I'm gonna do that. What I had was so it took me several times to get to that point. But while I was doing that, I never disconnect my keyboard. Nothing. I left it there just floating. I didn't put the screws. I left floating because I wanted to be able to choose password. Okay, let me choose a password and then I'll let you see what I'm doing here.
Mama.
Hello, Gracious.
I
I'm
hurt
recording.
my elbow.
What happened? Let me see.
I hurt my elbow.
Okay.
No, I hurt my elbow.
All right, let's come back. Let me go. That's gonna take a while. So watching what happened. Give me the. Let's go get the pancakes. Okay, still running. It's copying the files. So let's leave it there. Just keep watching. So since that's running, let me show you the hardware that I removed. So that's the screws right there. That's the covers from the back. So these are the tools I use. And now let's wait until that finish copying the files. And we're gonna boot out. So I was looking for several YouTube videos on how to do this, and I found one. So let me show you which one I use. I use this guy here. So I follow his steps from this side. He has Chromebook, how to install Linux or Windows in all Chromebook. So for his computer was different. Mine is he had a
that sort of thing, but also more importantly, the link to mrchromebox.tech.
so he had this.
Linux Man, and we're talking about Windows 10 and other things that are designed for the x86 platform.
So his computer is different than mine, and so I use these steps. So that's the part I follow. So you can look at his tutorial on how to do it. And but my system was different, so I had to actually open up and find out which screw was for disabling. But it did help me as far as getting this website from Mr. Chromebook textbook. So this is the commands I use. Let me show you. So I type those commands, and he does show you in his video, but the part of taking it apart, this particular model, he doesn't have for this model, but it at least gave me the idea of what to do, and I readjust to my needs so that I could be at this point. So some things was useful from there, and then there was another YouTube video that she was showing that she disconnected the battery, and it was typing these commands, and what happened was I disconnected the battery and it still was enabled. So then I say maybe there's a screw, they have to remove it. And then I was looking at my motherboard, and I was looking for something similar to what the guy showing the screen. I say maybe, and kind of I'm familiar with the motherboards and stuff like that, so I say, you know, this one is the only one that looks different, and let me take it out. So I took it out, and then I went to the process again, and I typed those commands again, and I typed those commands once I was in the shell, cross shell. So I did the status first, and then I did this one, because I needed to know if it was disabled when I disconnected the battery. But even when the battery on, with the battery out, it still didn't work. So then I removed the screw, then it worked. So for this particular model, you have to remove that screw. So the battery trick didn't work. So once I removed the screw, I went through the process of doing the flash. So let me show you one more time. So I did those commands there. Once I remove the screw, I power up the computer, power back on, went into the developer mode, and then I typed the Ctrl+Alt+T, and then I got to crush, and then I typed shell, then I did flashrom //wp-status, then was saying still enable. I don't have recording that, but then I did flashrom //wp-disable. Then I was successful. Then I did the status again, it was disabled. And then once I did that, then I went to here. I went to the website there. Let's see if I can focus. Then I typed those commands. And then I was able to install the Firmware Utility Script. And then I rebooted. I made a copy of the ROM, which it tells you there. So I made a copy. I made a copy of the original ROM that came with the computer. I put in a USB. So they recommended to do it, so I did it. And then over here I burned with Etcher, I burned the Mint operating system. And now, as you can see, now it says installation complete. You need to restart your computer in order to use the new installation. So I'm going to restart now. I'm going to remove the media and we'll see what happens. Let me remove this. So I have my copy here of Mint. I have in my thumb drive. So that's separate. So I use two thumb drives. One is 8 gig and the other one is 16. And now I think we are successful with the installation of Linux Mint. So that's the steps I did. Hopefully you can do it yourself at your own risk. And now I'm gonna use this one as a Linux operating system. This computer, it was a they were giving 50% off, so I bought it on. So now I have Linux here, so it looks like Windows. So I'll make some tutorials about this. So let me shut it down. See how fast. Let me boot up. Power up. Let's see how long it takes. See, now it says escape boot up options. I didn't have that before in with the Chrome OS. So now it's pretty fast. And so this was more like a experimental kind of thing. And now it has my Wi-Fi, so I gotta put that in and do a update, and that's it. So thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.